Hey, what's up, everybody? If you've been playing games like A Plague's Tale, Requiem, you've probably noticed that there is a bunch of different debug messages that pops up that completely makes the game not as enjoyable. Now, thankfully, we saw that Lightning Mods released a tweet here saying that there is a new plugin that is coming soon that disables that universal data system registration failed message. And what we saw was that the plugin has now been released. So he messaged over here on Twitter, giving a link to the GitHub URL. And if we jump over to that URL and we click right here on etaHEN SDK binaries, then it will download the plugins that we need. Now, one thing to keep in mind right here is that you won't be able to click on this unless you sign into GitHub. I don't think there is a way to disable that, but just go ahead and click on this and go ahead and start downloading it, as you can see right up here. And there is one other thing that you're going to need for this, and that is over here on etaHEN underneath releases. You are going to need to use etaHEN 2.0b. So you will want to download the bin file here as well as the PKG. And then finally, you will need some way to send that payload over. I'm just using Netcat GUI. You can do the same if you would like to. So go ahead and grab a USB drive, and then from there, copy over this PKG to it, as well as once you've downloaded the zip file here, we're going to want to copy the error_disabling.elf and the error_disabling.plugin to our USB drive. Let's jump over to the PlayStation 5. Okay, so over on the PlayStation 5, we're going to go to Media, and I'm just going to go ahead and launch Itemzflow's PS5 jailbreak. Now, again, this only is going to work for those lower firmwares because that's where etaHEN runs on right now. So let's go ahead and go to jailbreak here and give it just a moment to complete. Okay, now we should be jailbroken. I'm going to go ahead and use Netcat GUI here, and this right here is my PS5's IP address. This is looking at port 9020, and then I have etaHEN 2.0b located here, and I'm going to press inject payload over here, and you can see the payload has been received, and so now etaHEN 2.0b will start appearing. Now, the reason we had to use Netcat GUI and send over etaHEN 2.0b was because by default in Itemzflow's site here, it still has the old one, which is 1.9b, and that's mainly because 2.0b is a pre-release. Okay, so once we are in there, you will want to go ahead and launch PS5 File Explorer because we're going to copy those files from our USB over manually. Now, if you don't have it, then you can obviously download the Homebrew Store. That is over here. Once you go to Settings, Debug Settings, right there is the option to install the Homebrew Store. So you can download PS5 Explorer through there. So let's go ahead and let's launch PS5 Explorer here. And the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go root access, and we're going to scroll down to mount, and we're going to go to USB 0. And right here, I'm going to select error_disabling.elf by pressing the R1 button. And then I'm going to select error_disabling.plugin and press the R1 button. And then I'm going to press triangle here, and I'm going to go to copy. Now we're going to go back to our data folder, and then we're going to go into etaHEN, and then we're going into plugins, and then from right here I can press triangle and I can select paste, and right there is the error_disabling elf and the plugin. Okay, so that is all we need to do as far as copying those files over. Now we need to install the version of Itemzflow that will work with this release 2.0b. So if you already have version 1.08 installed, as I do here, that will not work with the very latest etaHEN 2.0b. So let's go ahead and let's delete that. And we're going to go back and we're going to go to our settings, go to debug settings here, and we're going to go to package installer here. And right there is that PKG that I told you to download a little bit earlier. So let's go ahead and let's run that. And so once we run that, we now have Itemzflow and then debug settings. And right there is plugins. So the error disabling.plugin is located just right there. You can obviously turn this on and that will affect this current instance, or you can go into plugins and then start a menu and turn it on from there. So next time when you load etaHEN, you won't have to go in here and do anything. Okay, so we went ahead and just set that to auto start for next time, but for this time, we're going to turn on the error_disabling.plugin. And if it shows just like that, then that is a very good sign, as long as it doesn't say error. So that now should be complete. You will want to go back to your main menu and just kind of sit here for a few moments and wait until you get these pop-ups right here. So the first one here is the pop-up saying that it launched successfully, and now it's stated that it patched out the error messages. So let's just go back into Itemzflow Game Manager here. Okay, and so just right there is a Plague's Tale Requiem, and we're going to go ahead and press X on this to launch it. Okay, and so right after the save loading screen here, that is where the first set of debug messages usually pops up, and then another set is whenever you begin a brand new game. Okay, finally, there is no debug messages there. So that is so beautiful. So we're going to press X here and we're going to start a new game because this is where another set of those messages popped up. And obviously, right now we can tell that they're no longer in there. So excellent, excellent, excellent. So, anyways, thanks to Lightning Mods and to EchoStretch for spending all of their time working on this. This is going to be just another way we can enjoy games because this doesn't just affect games like A Plague's Tale. So, for example, this is another title that has a debug message that pops up right as soon as it starts. Another title is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which is another more recent title. So anyway, it looks like there is a lot of other games we can enjoy that for. So yeah, this one is going through totally fine without that debug message there. So anyways, thank you so very much for watching, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Michael, out!